Nobody 2 is the sequel to the fantastic 2021 film Nobody. Once again stars Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, RZA, Christopher Lloyd, and many others. And it tells the story of Hutch Mansell. He's working full time as a contract killer. That's basically what he is. And yeah, he takes his family on a much needed vacation in this small tourist town of Plummerville. But after a brawl in this arcade, he gets the attention from local law enforcement. And the law enforcement in the town is not what they seem. And of course, shit hits the fan from there. Okay, Nobody 2. How does this compare to the first one? Well, I will say the first one I do like a bit more because it just feels more visceral. Nobody 2 is still a fucking blast. This is one hell of a fun action movie. It delivers on everything. It has great comedy, phenomenal, brutal, and violent action sequences, a great fast pace. It's just a one lean, mean action movie, and I absolutely adored it. Bob Odenkirk once again proves how shockingly good of an action lead he is. I remember learning about from the behind the scenes of the first movie how he went through extensive training just to pull off these action sequences. It really paid off in the first one, and it absolutely pays off here too. His fight choreography is fantastic. He is awesome in the action sequences. I know Bob Odenkirk is more of a dramatic and comedic actor, but goddamn, he is very capable as an action star. He fucking throws down, and he is badass. Hell yeah. I hope Bob Odenkirk continues to do more action roles, because he is great. And then, of course, you got some other great standouts here. Connie Nielsen is still really good as Bob Odenkirk's wife in the movie. The RZA is awesome. Awesome. He's awesome. It's Wu-Tang Clan. Of course he's great. And then you got Christopher Lloyd, who has substantially more screen time in this one, and it's really great. Christopher Lloyd is a national treasure. He really is. He's one of the greats. And he really proves it here, too. And of course, he does some pretty cool shit in the action sequences, too, especially in the final act. He's just blowing a lot of shit up, and it's awesome. And then you got Colin Hanks here. He's really good here. Sharon Stone. She's the villain in the movie. And she is really good here. I mean, I knew Sharon Stone is a very capable actress, but wow, she really surprised me here. She is actually really awesome as the villain. I loved her. She's awesome in this movie. Now let's talk about those action sequences, because I'm not completely done talking about them. I was mainly talking about how Bob Odenkirk performs in them, but the action sequences themselves are fantastic. They're very stylish, very bloody. I mean, this movie gets really bloody. I loved it. It's also very brutal. Now, I will say, it's not quite as brutal as the first one was. The first one was just way more raw and gritty with its action. This one is more stylized and more comedy-driven, like more fun. And it still works. It's really good. It's really fun. There's lots of satisfying hits here. Lots of great bloody carnage. It's all great here. And much like the first one, the sound design during the action sequences is great. When shit blows up, it's really cool to hear how everything blows up in this movie. The impact when someone gets punched and kicked, it sounds like it hurts, and that's what I love about action movies like these. And when guns are shot, it also sounds really good. I'm not saying that this movie will get any Oscar nominations for best sound, but the sound design and mixing in this movie is pretty much top-notch all across the board. And the musical score by Dominic Lewis. He's the same guy who did the musical score for Violent Night. It's pretty fantastic. I like the jazziness of the sound of the musical score here. It surprisingly works very well. It almost borderline sounds like a Michael Giacchino score. It's not as impactful as a Michael Giacchino score, but it kind of does have a little bit of notes of his work in here, and it's really fun to listen to. And Dominic Lewis's score here, it stands out perfectly. This was one thing I actually like this one more than the first one for is the musical score. It's really good. I think Dominic Lewis is a very underrated composer. I hope he does more work later on because he's actually really good. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He's a really solid composer. I love him. He's great. And the musical score in this movie is fantastic. My only issue with Nobody 2 is, you know how most people are like, oh yeah, 90-minute movies are king. There's nothing better than just a 90-minute movie. Normally that would be true to some extent, but this is one of those instances where I wish this movie was just a tad longer. Because, just as everything's starting to ramp up, fucking escalate and shit like that, you get this one big battle at the end, and then suddenly it's over, just like that. Now, I will say this movie gets right to the point. It doesn't waste any of its time. I very much appreciate the movie for that, but I could have used maybe an extra 10 minutes or so. That's about it. I just think this movie's just a tad too short. Once it was over, I'm like, I love this movie, but man, I wish there was just a bit more. That's it. That's my only issue with Nobody 2. I really like this movie. It's not quite as good as the first one, but it's still a very solid, fun, action-packed piece of summer entertainment. I am going to give Nobody 2 an A.